Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Mahārāja's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Mahārāja on March 17th, 2021 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Ivachalam pangung langayate girim yatkripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Caitanya Mishwaram.
Hare Om Tat Sat.
Hare Krishna. Today we will continue with the compilation of the Sri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya book. Today's chapter is entitled as Mahārāja Pratāparudra's Amazing Dream, under the section The Veda Kirtan Pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Today all the verses will be from Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakanda. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakanda 5.148.
দৈবেক দিন নিত্য করে না ঈশ্বর শুনি রাজা একেশ্বর আইলে না সত্তর।
By the will of Providence,
By the will of Providence,
one day Lord Chaitanya was dancing.
one day Lord Chaitanya was dancing.
Hearing of this, the king
Hearing of this, the king
came quickly
came quickly
to see the Lord.
to see the Lord. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakanda 5.149.
অন্তরাল হইতে রাজা কর্তৃক প্রভুর নিত্য ও অদ্ভুত প্রেম উন্মাদ দর্শন আরে তাকি দেখে রাজা নিত্য করে প্রভু পরম অদ্ভুত যাহা নাহি দেখি কভু।
The king remained out of sight and watched Lord Chaitanya's dancing.
The king remained out of sight and watched Lord Chaitanya's dancing.
It was supremely wonderful.
It was supremely wonderful.
The king had never seen such a wonder before.
That he had never seen such a wonder before. Purport by Prabhupada Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. The king stayed away from the sight of the Lord and concealed his identity as he watched Gaur Sundar dance. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakanda 5.150.
অবিচ্ছিন্ন কত ধারা বহে শ্রী নয়নে কম্প সেদ পুলক বৈবর্ণ ক্ষণে ক্ষণে।
See, okay, from his lotus eyes,
From his lotus eyes,
tears flowed incessantly
tears flowed incessantly
in streams.
in streams.
His body had symptoms of quivering,
His body had symptoms of quivering,
perspiration, hair standing on end,
hair standing on end,
and changing colors
and changing colors
from moment to moment.
from moment to moment. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakanda 5.151.
হেন সে আছারে প্রভু পরে ন ভূমিতে হেন নাহি যে বাত্রাস না পাই দেখিতে।
At that moment, Lord Chaitanya fell to the ground.
At that moment, the Lord Caitanya fell to the ground
Very forcefully.
very forcefully.
As a result, those who saw the Lord falling,
As a result, those who saw the Lord falling,
there was not a single person who did not feel frightened.
there was not a single person who did not feel frightened. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.152.
হেন সে করেন প্রভু হুঙ্কার গর্জন শুনিয়া প্রতাপ রুদ্র ধরেন শ্রবণ
Lord Caitanya
Lord Caitanya
roared so loudly
roared so loudly
that hearing that King Pratāparudra had to cover his ears.
that hearing that King Pratāparudra had to cover his ears. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.153.
কখনো করেন হেন রোদন বিরহে রাজা দেখে শ্রীনয়নে যেন নদী বহে
Sometimes Lord Caitanya cried so intensely out of separation
Sometimes Lord Chaitanya cried so intensely out of separation
that the king saw that his lotus eyes had streams of tears
that the king saw that his lotus eyes had streams of tears
like rivers flowing
flowing
from his eyes.
from his eyes. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.159.
এই মতো কত হয় অনন্ত বিকার কত হয় কত যায় লেখা নাহি তার
Now this way, the unlimited transformations of love
So in this way, the unlimited transformations of love
that came and went, appeared and disappeared,
that appeared and disappeared,
cannot be written.
Cannot be written. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.155.
নিরবধি দুই মহা বাহুদণ্ড তুলি হরি বল বলিয়া নাচন কুতহলি
Lord Caitanya
sometimes
raised his two great arms.
Sometimes raised his two great arms.
He joyfully danced and chanted, Hari Bol!
Hari Bol! And he joyfully danced and he chanted, Hari Bol! Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.156.
এই মতো নিত্য প্রভু করি কতক্ষণে বাহ্য প্রকাশিয়া বসিলেন সর্বগণে
After dancing for some time in this way,
After dancing for some time in this way,
Lord Caitanya manifested external consciousness and sat down with all his associates.
Lord Chaitanya manifested his external consciousness and sat down with all his associates. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.157.
রাজাও চলিলা অলক্ষিতে সেই ক্ষণে দেখিয়া প্রভুর নিত্য পরানন্দ মনে।
The king left unnoticed from that place.
So the king left unnoticed from that place.
His mind was filled with transcendental ecstasy.
His mind was filled with transcendental ecstasy
From seeing Lord Chaitanya's dancing.
from seeing Lord Chaitanya's dancing. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.158.
দেখিয়া অদ্ভুত নৃত্য অদ্ভুত বিকার, রাজার মনেতে হইল সন্তোষ অপার।
The king was mentally very unlimitedly satisfied.
So the king was mentally very unlimitedly satisfied.
After seeing the wonderful dancing
After seeing the wonderful dancing
and the wonderful transformations of loving ecstasy.
and wonderful transformations of loving ecstasy,
So King Pratāparudra was able to finally see the Lord dancing,
King Pratāparudra was finally able to see the Lord dancing,
and he could see that the Lord's ecstasy was something incomparable with anything.
and he could see that the Lord's ecstasy was something incomparable with anything.
So, having this special darshan, he was very satisfied.
So having the special darshan, he was very satisfied.
And while he wasn't noticed by anyone,
While he wasn't noticed by anyone,
he quickly slipped away.
he quickly slipped away,
And he was feeling most satisfied to have seen the Lord dancing
So he was feeling the most satisfied to have seen the Lord dancing
in ecstasy.
in ecstasy. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.159.
লীলা ধুলা ব্যাপ্ত অঙ্গ দর্শনে রাজার সন্দেহ, সবে একখানি মাত্র ধরিলেন মনে, সেহ তান অনুগ্রহ হইবার কারণে।
But in his mind there arose one doubt.
But in his mind there arose one doubt,
It later became the cause of the Lord, of his achieving the Lord's mercy.
which later became the cause of his achieving the Lord's mercy. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.160.
প্রভুর নয়নে যত দিব্য ধারা বয়, নিরবধি নাচিতে শ্রীমুখে লালা হয়।
Lord Chaitanya's eyes
Lord Chaitanya's eyes
were shedding continuously
were shedding continuously divine tears,
constantly as he was dancing.
constantly as he was dancing.
There was saliva that flowed from his mouth,
And there was saliva that flowed from his mouth.
lotus mouth.
From his lotus mouth. There was saliva which flowed from his lotus mouth. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.161.
ধুলায় লালায় নাসিকার প্রেম ধারে, সকল শ্রী অঙ্গ ব্যাপ্ত কীর্তন বিকারে।
In the ecstasy of Kirtan,
In the ecstasy of Kirtan,
Lord Chaitanya's entire body became colored with dust.
Lord Chaitanya's entire body became covered with dust,
Saliva
saliva,
and water from his nose.
and water from his nose. Chaitanya and
manifestation of his love.
And manifestations of his love. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakanda 5.162.
এই সকল কৃষ্ণ ভাব না বুঝি নৃপতি ঈষদ সন্দেহ তান ধরিলে মতি
The king was unable to fathom
The king was unable to fathom the
ecstasies of love for Krishna.
The ecstasies of love for Krishna.
So some doubt arose in his mind.
So some doubt arose in his mind. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.136.
কারো স্থানে ইহা রাজা না করি প্রকাশ পরম সন্তোষে রাজা গেলা নিজ বাস
The king did not reveal this to anyone.
The king did not reveal this to anyone.
But he returned to his residence
But he returned to his residence
in a great satisfaction.
in a great satisfaction. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.164.
প্রভুরে দেখিয়া রাজা মহাসুখী হইয়া থাকিলেন গৃহে গিয়া শয়ন করিয়া
When the king saw Lord Chaitanya, he became very happy.
When the king saw Lord Chaitanya, he became very happy.
He went to his house
He went to his house
and went to sleep.
and went to sleep. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.165.
আপনে শ্রী জগন্নাথ ন্যাসী রূপ ধরি নিজে সংকীর্তন ক্রিয়া করে অবতরী
He saw Lord Jagannath personally
He saw Lord Jagannath personally
appearing in the form of a sannyasi
appearing in the form of a sannyasi
to propagate his Sankirtan movement.
to propagate his Sankirtan movement.
He had taken a incarnation.
He had taken an incarnation. But Maharaj, his Sankirtan movement or this Sankirtan movement? His Sankirtan movement. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.166.
ঈশ্বর মায়া রাজা মর্ম নাহি জানে সেই প্রভু জানাইতে লাগিলা আপনে
By the influence of the Lord's illusory energy,
By the influence of the Lord's illusory energy,
the king did not understand this confidential fact.
the king did not understand this confidential fact.
Therefore, Lord Chaitanya revealed this to him.
Therefore, Lord Chaitanya revealed this to him. Purport by Prabhupada Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Although the offences committed by Prataparudra, resulting from his previous aversion to Krishna, were destroyed upon seeing the Lord, since he depended on the strength of his sensual knowledge, he could not understand that Sri Gaur Sundar was Krishna. Rather, he became doubtful about Sri Chaitanya, thinking that he was simply a devotee. His thoughts were bewildered by Krishna's illusory energy. To display mercy on him, Lord Jagannath appeared to him in a dream. As a result, the king became repentant and begged forgiveness for his offenses.
I saw like Jagannath appearing in the dream of the King Pratāparudra
So, by Jagannath appearing in the dream of King Pratāparudra,
and taking form as a sannyasi
taking form as a sannyasi
to spread the Harinam Sankirtan movement,
to spread the Harinam Sankirtan movement,
he saw that Lord Caitanya was actually Kṛṣṇa,
so he saw that Lord Caitanya was actually Kṛṣṇa,
and that he had come to establish the Harinam Sankirtan.
and then he comes to establish the Harinam Sankirtan.
So, Pratāparudra Maharaj, he felt very repentant
So Pratāparudra Maharaj, he felt very repentant
for having doubted the actual position of Lord Caitanya.
for his doubting the actual position of Lord Caitanya. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.167.
রাজার স্বপ্ন দর্শন স্বপ্নযোগে শ্রী জগন্নাথকে লীলা ধুলা ব্যাপ্ত রূপে দর্শন। সুকৃতি প্রতাপরুদ্র রাত্রে স্বপ্ন দেখে, স্বপ্নে গিয়াছেন জগন্নাথের সম্মুখে।
Fortunate King Pratāparudra saw a dream that night.
The fortunate King Pratāparudra saw a dream that night.
In the dream, Lord Jagannath appeared before him.
In the dream, Lord Jagannath appeared before him. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.168.
রাজা দেখে জগন্নাথ অঙ্গ ধুলাময়, দুই শ্রী নয়নে যেন গঙ্গাধারা বয়।
The king saw that the body of Lord Jagannath was covered with dust.
The king saw that the body of Lord Jagannath was covered with dust.
From his two eyes, tears flowed like streams from the Ganges.
And from his two eyes, tears flowed like the streams of the Ganges. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.169.
দুই শ্রীনাশায় জল পরে নিরন্তর, শ্রী মুখের লালা পরে তিতে কলে বর।
From his two lotus nostrils,
From his two lotus nostrils,
water continuously flowed.
water continuously flowed.
From his lotus mouth, saliva fell
From his lotus mouth, saliva fell
and soaked his body.
and soaked his body. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.170.
স্বপ্নে রাজা মনে চিনতে একই রূপ লীলা, বুঝিতে না পারি জগন্নাথের কি খেলা।
Now the king thought in the dream,
So the king thought in the dream,
what kind of pastime is this?
what kind of pastime is this?
I am unable to understand
I am unable to understand
what Lord Jagannath is doing.
what Lord Jagannath is doing
Is playing.
or he is playing. I am unable to understand what Lord Jagannath is playing. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.171.
স্বপ্নে রাজার জগন্নাথের শ্রীঅঙ্গ, স্বপ্নার্থ উদ্যম জগন্নাথের অনুযোগপূর্ণ উক্তি। জগন্নাথের চরণ স্পর্শিতে রাজা যায়, জগন্নাথ বলে রাজা এ তো না জুয়ায়।
The king went to touch Lord Jagannath's lotus feet.
The king went to touch Lord Jagannath's lotus feet.
Lord Jagannath said, "O king, this is not proper."
But Lord Jagannath said, "O king, this is not proper." Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.172.
কর্পূর কস্তুরী গন্ধ চন্দন কুঙ্কুমে লেপিত তোমার অঙ্গ সকল উত্তমে।
Your body is smeared with fragrant camphor,
Your body is smeared with fragrant camphor, musk, sandalwood paste,
fragrant oils,
and kumkum. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.173.
আমার শরীর দেখো ধুলা লালাময়, আমা পর্ষিতে কি তোমার যোগ্য হয়।
You see my body.
And you see my body.
It's covered with dust and saliva.
And it's covered with dust and saliva.
Is it proper for you to touch me?
Is it proper for you to touch me? Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.174.
আমি যে নাচিতে আজি তুমি গিয়াছিলা, ঘৃণা কইলে মোর অঙ্গে দেখি ধুলা লালা।
When you went to see me dancing today, you felt repugnant.
You felt repugnant.
And seeing my body covered with dust and saliva.
On seeing my body covered with dust and saliva. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.175.
সেই ধুলা লালা দেখো সর্বাঙ্গে আমার, তুমি মহারাজা মহারাজার কুমার।
You see, all my body is covered with dust and saliva.
Just see, all my body is covered with dust and saliva.
You are a king and as well as the son of a king.
And you are a king as well as the son of a king. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.176.
আমারে পর্ষিতে কি তোমার যোগ্য হয়, এত বলি ভৃত্যে চাই হাসে দয়াময়।
Am I fit to be touched by you?
Am I fit to be touched by you?
Saying all these words.
Saying all these words.
Looking at his servant.
Looking at his servant.
The Lord smiled.
The Lord smiled. Mercifully. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.177.
তন্মুহূর্তেই রাজার শ্রী জগন্নাথের সিংহাসনে সমভাবে শ্রী চৈতন্যের অবস্থান দর্শন। সেইক্ষণে দেখে রাজা সেই সিংহাসনে, চৈতন্য গোসাই বসি আছেন আপনে।
At that moment, the king saw on the throne of Lord Jagannath.
At that moment, the king saw on the throne of Lord Jagannath
that Caitanya Gosai was sitting. Chaitanya
Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.178.
সেই মতো সকল শ্রীঅঙ্গ ধুলাময়, রাজারে বলেন হাসি এত যোগ্য নয়।
In this way, his entire lotus body
In this way, his entire lotus body
was covered with dust.
was covered with dust.
He told to the king, laughing,
He told to the king, laughing,
this is not proper.
"This is not proper,"
This is not appropriate.
or "This is not appropriate." Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.179.
স্বপ্নে রাজার প্রতি শ্রী চৈতন্যের উক্তি, তুমি যে আমারে ঘৃণা করি গেলা মনে, তবে তুমি আমারে পরশিবে কি কারণে?
You felt aversion to touch me and
You felt aversion to touch me
went home.
and went home.
Why would you want to touch me now?
So why would you want to touch me now? Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.180.
এই মতে প্রতাপরুদ্রের কৃপা করি সিংহাসনে বসি হাসে গৌরাঙ্গ শ্রীহরি।
And this way, the Lord gave his mercy to King Pratāparudra.
So in this way, the Lord gave his mercy to King Pratāparudra.
And Lord Gauranga Sri Hari
And Lord,
smiled as he sat on the altar.
in this way, as Lord Gauranga Sri Hari smiled as he sat on the altar
Singhasan.
or the Singhasana. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.181.
রাজার জাগরণ ও ক্রন্দন। রাজার হইল কতক্ষণে জাগরণ, চৈতন্য পায়া রাজা করে না ক্রন্দন।
After a while, the king woke up
After a while, the king woke up,
and gaining consciousness, the king started to cry.
After gaining consciousness, the king started to cry. Regaining his consciousness, the king started to cry. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.182.
রাজার অনুতাপ। মহাপরাধী মই পাপী দুরাচার, না জানিল চৈতন্য ঈশ্বর অবতার।
I am a great offender,
I am a great offender,
a sinful person,
a sinful person,
misbehaved.
misbehaved.
I didn't understand that Lord Caitanya
I didn't understand that Lord Caitanya
was the incarnation of the Supreme Lord.
was the incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.183.
জীবেরও বা কোন শক্তি তাহানে জানিতে, ব্রহ্মা আদির মহায় যাহার মায়াতে।
Living entities, how can he have the
The living,
potency to know him?
the living entities, how can they have the potency to know him?
Even great personalities like Brahma
Even great personalities like Brahma
are bewildered by his illusory energy.
are bewildered by his illusory energy.
থেকে কমহাপ্রভু মোর অপরাধ, নিজ দাস করি মোরে করহ প্রসাদ।
Therefore, Lord Caitanya,
Therefore, Lord Caitanya,
please forgive me
please forgive me
for my offenses.
for my offenses.
Bestow your mercy on me.
Bestow your mercy on me.
Accept me as your servant.
Accept me as your servant.
giving your mercy.
giving your mercy. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.185.
রাজার শ্রী চৈতন্য শ্রী জগন্নাথের অভেদ জ্ঞান আপনে শ্রী জগন্নাথ চৈতন্য গোসাই রাজা জানিলেন ইথে কিছু ভেদ নাই।
The king thus realized that Lord Jagannath and Sri Chaitanya Gosai
The king thus realized that Lord Jagannath and Sri Chaitanya Gosai
were non-different.
were non-different.
There no difference.
There is no difference. Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.186.
See, Lord Chaitanya is the moving Jagannath, and Lord Jagannath is the Daru Brahma, the wooden Lord.
So you see, Lord Chaitanya is the moving Jagannath, and Lord Jagannath is the Daru Brahma, the wooden Lord.
প্রভু দর্শনে রাজার প্রবল উৎকণ্ঠা বিশেষ উৎকণ্ঠা হইল প্রভুরে দেখিতে তথাপি না পারে কেহ দেখা করাইতে।
He had intense desire
He had intense desire
to see Lord Chaitanya,
to see Lord Chaitanya,
but no one was able to arrange such a meeting.
but no one was able to arrange such a meeting.
So, King Pratāparudra, he wanted to meet Lord Chaitanya personally.
So King Pratāparudra, he wanted to meet Lord Chaitanya personally.
And of course, Lord Chaitanya, he was following the policy that a sannyasi should not meet a king.
Of course, Lord Chaitanya, he was following the policy that a sannyasi should not meet the king.
So, King Pratāparudra was very frustrated.
So King Pratāparudra was very frustrated.
He wanted to meet Lord Chaitanya.
He wanted to meet Lord Chaitanya.
He wanted to serve him,
He wanted to serve him,
but he was not allowed.
but he was not allowed.
And then he had this amazing dream where he realized that Lord Jagannath and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are not different.
Then he had this amazing dream where he realized that Lord Jagannath and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were non-different.
You see, Lord Chaitanya was playing the part of a devotee.
You see, Lord Chaitanya was playing a part of a devotee.
But now people understand that actually he was Lord Kṛṣṇa himself.
But now people understand actually he was Lord Kṛṣṇa himself.
So they should very inspired to fulfill the desires of Lord Chaitanya.
So they should be very inspired to fulfill the desires of Lord Chaitanya. Hari Bol. Thus ends the chapter entitled Mahārāja Pratāparudra's Amazing Dream, under the section The Veda Kirtan Pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.